Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your November 30th, 2020 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right, let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. So the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And we'll see how all this correlates to what the moon is offering us and bringing us at this time. So we start with the Seven of Cups, the World, the Page of Swords, which connects you to the full moon in Gemini, and the Two of Swords. Because air sign energy, sword energy, is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Two of Wands, the Hermit, Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. The Seven of Wands, and the Page of Cups, you coming through as a student here out of your heart. This also connects you to the full moon in Cancer on the 29th of December. You have the repeat of the number 7. So this is a time where honesty is absolutely valued. And this is a time where also you go deep into spiritual knowledge and spiritual understanding. Four of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Excuse me. All right. So let's start off with this moon, because this moon is intense. We have the last eclipses of the year here during this moon. We have the full moon eclipse on the 30th of November, and we have the solar eclipse that coincides with the new moon in Sagittarius. So this is on December 14th. So here the power is really increased. So we have with the Gemini moon, it says the answers you need are coming as conclusions are within reach with the eclipse. Now, the full moon in Gemini brings with it. Okay, sorry, I just have to center myself because there's a sense of wanting to speed up, which is a very Gemini thing, a very Gemini energy to have around you. But there is a sense here of like wanting things to happen quickly and more intensely than they seem to be happening at the time. So do be mindful of that as you are moving forward. The full moon in Gemini brings fluidity of information and a renewal of self. This also, with the lunar eclipse, brings more potent energy to the table and also brings you to the peak of your intuitive self. Now, you have to understand here, Pisces, that everybody else is also at the peak of their intuitive self during this moon. And that can be very disappointing to you when it comes to other people because you're looking for their intuition to be rich and vast and beautiful and just this powerhouse. And for a lot of people, you're going to be disappointed because their peak is going to be astoundingly intense for them, but it's going to be underwhelming for you. So do keep that in mind during this moon. This brings you a change in energy, is what I'm seeing here. A change in energy, a release of a lot of the emotions that have been holding you back, and a clearing away of a lot of baggage. It's like, I don't want it, I don't need it, I'm moving forward. And there can be this severe sense of purging during this time, and also you could have felt this all through November. And yeah, for a lot of you Pisces, you have. It's kind of like this change needed to come. And there's a profound change that is now a part of your life. And as you embrace this, you have a profound connection with your spirit guides, with your angels, and with divinity. Now, as you are also embracing this time, you have extraordinary spiritual growth and personal growth coming forward. You are seeing both sides of the stories when it comes to things. And you're also really embracing this Gemini energy and this Gemini moon as the wisdom teacher and the divine messenger, which is what it is. But as you see all sides of the stories and you see the divinity in all that is and all that will be, it can make making decisions be rather hard, but it can also make things clear because you're having this profound energy of seeing behind the mask, which we'll get into a bit more with the owl spirit, but it's really quite profound. It's like the world opens up to you as you turn inward and you're seeing behind the mask for yourself. Okay, it's kind of like you're calling yourself out on your bull, which, I mean, nobody likes to do, but I always find it rather helpful. I mean, I just had a moment like this where it was like, it was profound, it was changing, it was a breakthrough. And did I want to hear any of it from myself? No. Did I need to? Absolutely. And that's going to be the type of energy that you have here. It's like this is moving you forward in severe and profound power. You are a student during this time. You have the repeat of the pages here. And you're also embracing this beautiful creative energy that is too. You know, this creative energy, this connection with others. And I do see, Pisces, for some reason, I see you very profoundly connected to the number 2 during this time. So be mindful of things happening in pairs. You are also going to have a duality of your personality because of the full moon in Gemini. And that's going to be a part of you that you really need to embrace. Things aren't going to be black and white, you know, white page, black print, everything's set up just like that. There's going to be a lot of gray area. There's going to be a lot of complexity within yourself and with others that you are embracing and that you are looking at. And this brings restless energy to you because you're changing, you're moving forward, you're seeing things differently. And as this brings this restless energy, it's also because your subconscious self is deeply connected with the spiritual world. And Pisces, you're kind of used to being there. You're usually connected with the spiritual world. And if you don't take moments to sit in quiet, to sit in this connection, you're going to miss some really beautiful things. And this also, as your subconscious is connected to the spiritual world, it's bringing messages to this earthly plane, to the practical world, that move you forward in a profound way. This is adding layers to your conversation. This is embracing complexity and beauty of word, of art, of understanding, but of any form of communicative, expression. This is adding a depth to it. Music, anything. This is adding a depth to it. And you'll see patterns in things. You'll see patterns that had once eluded you in people's personalities, in your own personality, as you are moving forward. You're taking in information fast, and you can get bored with things rather easily. So do be mindful of that. Where you sit there and it's like, okay, I got this. Why the heck am I still here? That's a very Gemini energy thing going on here. It's kind of like the Knight of Swords coming in, and you're the Knight of Cups. You need to move forward with things more slowly, more gently, more powerfully and personally. So you'll have a tendency to want to kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? And that saying, of course, comes from back in the day when everybody just used one bathtub and the water got filled up first. And, I think it was like the head of the household would bathe first, and then it would go down the ranks with superiority, and the last person to be bathed was the baby. So you don't want, what's really valuable to you to be thrown out in murky water. And that's what it's saying here. So here with the full moon, you're surrendering to the divine, and that's giving you power as you surrender to your truth, to your passion, to what you desire. And as you do so, you're taking aim with the new moon in Sagittarius. You're taking aim on what you want. And with the solar eclipse, you're also seeing yourself push into the unknown, push into new areas. Like you're breaking down boundaries and you're saying, this is where I need to be. This is what I want for my life. And you're taking aim in the dark, which can seem scary, right? But it's also going to be very profoundly you during this time. It's like, I know what I need. I know what I want. I might not be able to see my target as clearly as I would want to, but I know my truth. You take aim and you go after your beginning, and you know that a new start is coming. You have to have, Pisces, a bit of faith in yourself. And this, with the number seven is a knowledge number, all right? And with Gemini and Sagittarius, they're knowledge gatherers. And just had your heart chakra hit right here by my thumb. And I'm seeing that. It's like this knowledge hits your heart. And it's profound, and it's deep, and it's true. And it really does inspire you. So as you're walking forward this way, know that you're seeking deeper. And you're not going to be, placated anymore. You're just not. And it brings you to the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. A personal issue comes to a head. You see a resolution that you have been longing for, that you have been working towards. And now you're like, oh, I get it. Oh, I see it. Oh, this is the way I need to move forward, because the answers come. And all the complexity with the answers come forward. And now it transforms. And as it transforms, you are really embracing on this one day, because November 30th, last day of November, you're embracing on this one day the amplified power of the spirit animals. These animals have been with you all of November, but the snake spirit and the eel spirit, their power is even more enhanced. So this says, take time to heal. And as you take time to heal, bring your ideas to life. So take time to heal. Step back. You're shedding a skin. A change is coming forward. It is a profound and magnanimous, is what Spirit wants me to say. Magnanimous and masterful change. You're shedding a skin. And that makes you more vulnerable. That makes you really want to embrace the hermit, because when snakes shed their skin, they become more vulnerable. They don't see as clearly. They go into a dark place, and they go into a secure place. They shed their skin. They come out. They're better. And you're going to find that with you. It's like you need to step back. You need to shed the skin. You need to look at things openly and honestly and truthfully for yourself. And then you move forward. You feel better. This brings, healing opportunities. This brings the change of the release of the past. This brings important transformations, and this increases your energy. You're going to feel healed, and you're going to feel as if you're entering into a new stage of life. The eel spirit enhances your emotions. It says bring your ideas to life, because your emotions are on point. Your strength through personality, through what you desire, is really coming forward, and you have foresight for the future. And you're like, oh, I see it. I see it because I've healed. I see it because I've released a whole bunch of baggage that I do not want anymore. And I am moving me forward in this power, in this purpose, in this sense of profound worth. And it brings you to the owl spirit and to the horse spirit, the spirit animals of December. The owl spirit says, you see clearly now. The horse spirit says, freedom is yours. So the owl spirit, you have heightened intuition, you see what others can't. But also remember, during this time, other people are seeing what others can't. But it's all based on what you're focusing on and where your talents lie and what's important to you. So what you're seeing is going to be profound to you. What other people are seeing is going to be profound to them. And there can be a bit of a butting heads here where it's like, why don't you see what I see? Why don't you understand what I understand? So just be mindful of that information, okay? Or of that feeling coming forward. This announces change, and as you see this change coming forward, you see beyond the deceit and the mask of others, which really has you linked to the high priestess right here. And the high priestess is coming through anyway. So there's this profound sense of you see what others do not, and it changes you. It embodies you. It moves you in a way that you hadn't anticipated, you hadn't expected. It transforms. And as this transforms you, you're then embracing the horse spirit, which is freedom is yours. And this is the driving force of the spirit animals, like to be free, to run, to embrace, to be. And this brings to you what has you thriving in life. It's like what makes you thrive, what moves you forward, what is your grace and your power and your understanding, and the balance between your instinctual, your intuitive self and your practical self is going to be something that you really look and you really strive for during this time. Strong emotions come forward because there's a sense of freedom, there's a sense of needing to move and needing to be. And this also brings with it strong sexual energy, especially when linked to the sacred masculine, especially linking you to the sacred masculine. So you have the sacred feminine here with the queen, with the high priestess, with the owl, and you have the sacred feminine here, the sacred masculine here. I think there we go. Got that right. And as these two come forward, this is beautiful creative energy. This is intertwined. And I see it very much like with the snake spirit, not the snake spirit, but with you Pisces, this healing coming forward, this embracing of the masculine and feminine side of yourself. It's like the two koi fish. It's like the two fish in the Pisces. It's making up that yin and that yang, that sense of the masculine and the feminine, the creative and the powerful coming forward. And as you embrace this, you see the Seven of Cups. As you embrace this, you start to look at your dreams. You also have a profound connection to the spirit world. As you look at your dreams, you look at what it is, and it's not knowing your dreams like as you wake up from slumber. It is looking at what you want, of what you dream for, of what you hope for, what you wish for, what you love within your life. And as you look at your dreams, your soul, yourself, what you desire, you're bringing those dreams to your earthly self. You're bringing those dreams to your world, to where you need to be, body, mind, spirit, and soul. And it's embracing you. It's like, I'm not keeping these dreams on the back shelf anymore. I'm not keeping these dreams far away from everybody else so they don't spoil it. I'm living my dreams. I'm living my truth. I'm living my passion. And that opens up the world to you. You also, again, have a strong connection, excuse me, to the spirit realm here, to the sense of your ancestors, or your ancestors, people from past lives that are still connected to you in the spirit realm, wanting you to move forward in success. And the world starts to open. And this is like, I didn't know I could be this successful. I didn't know I could move forward this way. I didn't think this could be a thing. And now you're finding it can. There is success, there's brilliance, there's beauty here. The world is opening, and you are opening to the world. And as you move forward in this power, as you move forward in this brilliance, you move forward in your truth. You move forward in your determination. And you're seeing that doors that you once knew were barred to you start to open. Like you once thought, oh, I can't do this, I'm too that. I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not, this enough. Everything that we tell ourselves to make us think we can't move forward. You're now shattering that. You're like, oh no, I can. I am powerful and I am brilliant. And as you embrace that energy, you then have this sense of even doors that you didn't know were barred to you. You didn't know that your subconscious was like, oh no, I can't even do that because of the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments, the negativity that was spoken over you, because of disabilities, because of things outside of your control that you thought, oh, this defined This defined me. There we go. Too much. It's like, I just can't. And a personal example, it's like, I was born a little bit, blind and a little bit deaf. And I always saw that as a very defining feature of me. Did I have ear operations and eye operations that fix things? Yes. But did I, to this day, or to very recently, think that those were major defining factors of who I was? Absolutely. And now you're going to see, it's like, oh no, I'm breaking down the door. I'm moving forward with more than I ever imagined. And that's what you're seeing with you. And it's like, oh. And you might not even have known that those were defining factors for you. Because for me, once my eyes and ears were fixed, I then found out that I was severely learning disabled. And it was like, okay, that became my hurdle. And I didn't think of the other hurdles that were before. So you're looking at one thing and you're like, that's my hurdle. But then you also have other baggage that you're bringing forward and you weren't looking at it because the first baggage was so intense. The main baggage was so heavy. And so here, that's what you're seeing. You're like, oh, that's the barrier I'm breaking down within myself to open up the world to me, to embrace my power, my understanding. And you become a student of this moon, a student of the questions and the answers that come forward, the student of what your mind wants, of cutting through doubts and fears and moving forward. You become a student of your soul and yourself and your mind and how they come together, how your heart and your mind come together to really empower you. Because I believe that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we need our minds and our hearts to come together. Because if we let our emotions just run rampant or, vomit all over our existence, it's not a pretty imagery, and it's not a pretty thing because things become too chaotic. If we let logic vomit all over our existence, it's not a pretty imagery because things become too rigid. It's like, okay, I become a student. I become a student of my mind, but I also become a student of my heart. And you'll see this. You'll see this in the cycle from the 30th to the 29th of December. You see, from the 30th of November to the 29th of December, you see this sense of being a student of your heart, being a student of your mind, of these two coming together, of looking and saying, well, why not? And how can I do this? And how can I move that way? And how do I embrace my way forward? And then you see the two roads that you thought, oh, I could go left or I could go right. I can only, move forward this way. You start seeing more roads open up. You start seeing more ways forward come. And you're like, oh, well, that's it, isn't it? It's not one path or another. It's so much more than I ever imagined. And you'll start to see pathways open up to you that you had never, ever even thought could be. And that brings you to the Two of Wands with your heart in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You're holding the world in your hands and you're seeing the way that you move forward, right? You're seeing yourself looking out over the horizon. It's like, oh, well, instead of this big, scary world that is just too much, it is now something more beautiful. It is something that I can hold, that I can see, that I can understand. And this moves you forward. It's like you're walking through this doorway as the world opens up. And as you walk through this doorway, you also have the veil lifted from your eyes. And you see the passion that you want within your world. You see the deceit of people. You see people's underlying, wants and fears and desires and ways to move forward. And you connect. You connect with your sacred truth. You connect with you turning inward and saying, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I desire. I'm taking a step back. I am centering myself. I am calming myself. I'm embracing my soul, my heart. I'm embracing me. And I'm moving forward in greater power and greater understanding than I could ever have imagined. And as I do so, with discernment, it's like I'm closing out the rest of the world. And it doesn't mean that you have to hide away from the world because you really are embracing it and opening yourself to it quite extraordinarily. But it's like you don't get to define my success, my prosperity, and my power. You don't get to be the guiding force of me. I get to move myself forward in this greatness, in this beauty, and in this understanding. And it moves you to the Seven of Wands. You have the owl right here, again, connecting you with the High Priestess, with the spirit animal of December. But you're seeing that, as my great grandma would say, if you step on every crack, you'll not get to the other side. So here, it's like you stand your ground. You're not anybody's rug, right? You're not going to be used and thrown away or have people walk all over you. You are looking at what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, and what it is that you need. And as you look at that, you see yourself standing your ground for your truth, but not against other people's stupidity. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to defend everything that I do, or else everything falls apart. What you're seeing is like, I know my truth, I know where I stand, I know what I stand for, and as I embrace this, I move forward in my bounty and in my brilliance. As I embrace this, I embrace me. And so then the battles that you engage in become much more meaningful. And it's not like being a hot-headed person that flies off the handle. It's being a person that when you stand your ground, people take notice. And that's super cool. And then you're anointed. You're anointed by the healing waters. You're anointed by this passion, this brilliance, this power that guides. And you become, again, a student of your heart, a student of who you are, because you are a water sign energy, a student of the power of the moon, of the way it affects you, of the way that you move forward. And it brings you to looking at the vampiric energy that defined you for too long. It's like people corrupt. Why? Because they get their kicks. It's like Frank Sinatra said, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. If it was true way back then, it's true now. And so here, when you're looking at things and when you're seeing what it is that you desire and you're seeing what it is that you want, you have this vampiric energy that's sucking away your ability to move forward, that's sucking away your positivity, your joy, your passion, your brilliance. And so here, with the Four of Pentacles, what you're seeing is prosperity of self, okay? And what you're seeing are the things that you hold on to, because you're like, if I don't hold on to it, it's all going to fall away, because the vampiric energy is draining you. And it's like, okay, if I don't hold on to what I need, it all falls away. Somebody else takes it. You are stopping that vampiric energy. You're looking at things and you're saying, no, other people do not get to define me. They do not get to hold me back. They do not get to dictate the way that I move forward. I move forward in my truth, in my passion, and in my brilliance. And as I do so, I embrace me. So this is looking at the negative comments that have come to you throughout your lifetime. Okay, this is looking at the people who, when you're around them, you feel drained, you feel tired, you're like, oh my gosh, just stop. This is looking at just the interactions that you have where it's like, I don't feel uplifted at all. And you are purging away that vampiric energy. See them as leeches on you, and you're ripping off the leeches. It's like, no more. I get to move forward in my truth. And as you do so, you connect with the spirit world quite profoundly. And this is amplified because of the eclipses that we are in. And so here, as you connect more profoundly, more brilliantly, more beautifully, the veil is lifted from your eyes. You see things more honestly. And you also see your truth and your justice. Now, justice, when I think of justice, I think of, the law, like the letter of the law. And it's like, okay, well, how does that help me? It's not justice as in things have to follow these certain rules and then it'll be okay. It's justice as in discernment of self. And so here with the High Priestess energy, as you see things more clearly, as you see things more openly, as you see things more honestly for you, you become much more discerning with the energy that you let around you. You become much more discerning with the path that you walk and the truths that you hold. And that makes you much more powerful, because it's really linked here again to the Seven of Wands, where it's like, I'm not fighting every battle, but when I stand my ground and I know my truth, okay, people pay attention because there's power behind me. And that's what you're embracing. You again see people much more openly and much more clearly than you would even want to. And so here, just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that everybody's on their own journey. And if you think, everybody's trying their best and sometimes they stink at it, it can make it a little bit easier. Because here it's like, okay, but, why does it have to be like this? Or why is it so hard? Or, what are you even doing? You're being manipulative and cunning and deceitful. And know it as your truth, but you don't have to call them out on it. You don't. Because it's part of their truth and it's part of what they need to work through. And as long as you know it, that becomes part of your sacred knowledge. And sacred knowledge for you during this time, Pisces, is astounding. It brings you to the Eight of Pentacles. Your hard work, your dedication, your diligence pays off. It's like, I get it. I get that I am moving forward towards a greater power, towards a greater purpose than I had originally thought. My hard work, my dedication, my time, my sweat, my tears, my effort, it hasn't been for nothing. It has been for something really quite beautiful. And it's that archway to that new beginning. And it's also that taking aim, that sense of, I know what it is that I want. Or at least you know what it is that you don't want. I'm under the firm belief that maybe when we're very small, we know what we really want in life and things are a little bit clearer. But as we grow and as we have the influences of the world around us, we figure out what we don't want a heck of a lot easier than we figure out what we do. Because we can sit there and do these broad strokes like, oh, I want to be an artist, or oh, I want to be rich, or oh, I want to be this and I want to be that. And then figuring out how you as an individual fit into that category or begin to embrace that path is astoundingly personal and astoundingly sacred to you. And you're seeing that hard work, that dedication come here and pay off. It's like, oh. And people are seeing it in the public arena. In the public arena, you're done with the vampiric energy. You're done with the vampires, okay? You have this profound and brilliant subconscious and, intuitive knowledge. People are seeing your hard work. And you are moving forward in determination towards prosperity. It's slow, it's steady, but it's building a solid foundation. And you are only growing that foundation. Oh, excuse me. You are slowly and steadily moving forward in your truth, in your passion, and in your abundance. So let's see what the moon has to say. Pisces. How is Pisces affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Pisces affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Pisces affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. Pisces. How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Fantastic. Hunger, pleasure, change. Resistance, your hard work pays off. Nothing is yet set in stone. I like that. Confidence is your key to success. Your dreams need a practical plan. The energy gains momentum. I like what this moon has to say. So you hunger. You hunger for your dreams, and you hunger for their place within this world. That is a personal, spiritual, powerful hunger that you have to move you forward in prosperity and in success. Listen to that hunger. Start to embrace that determination, that focus, that brilliance, because it brings you to the pleasure of becoming a student of your mind. And you have that pleasure coming in from the owl spirit, from the horse spirit, from the sacred masculine and sacred feminine. This can be a very sensual, very brilliant time. I mean, really, seriously, this energy can be amazing. Utilize it. Absolutely utilize it. You have the pleasure coming in from this moon. And it can, oh my gosh, it's just, it's amazing. It can be erotically amazing during this time. So embrace that pleasure, but also use it as this creative energy that leads you forward, that leads you to harnessing your dreams, to being a student of your mind and your heart. And it changes the path that you are walking down. It changes the way that you see everything. And you have shown great resistance to what has tried to crush you. And you're growing through. It's like, no, I will not be silenced with the, what is this card right here? With the Two of Wands and the Hermit. It's like, I will not be silenced. I will not let the world, kind of make me think I can't move forward this way. I'm embracing my truth, my grace, and my brilliance. And as you do so, you find that your hard work pays off. You stand in the fire of your truth. You stand in the brilliance of your passion. And it moves you to nothing being set in stone. Okay, nothing is yet set in stone. You are still being anointed by your power. You are still a student of your heart. You are still learning new things and taking in new modalities, new understandings, new wisdoms, new truths. And it moves you to confidence being your key to success. Confidence being your key to the way that you move forward, how you alleviate this vampiric energy from your life, and you embrace this sacred feminine truth. You embrace this throne, this way of being, this knowledge that comes to you as a whisper, as an image, and then keeps on growing, keeps on coming. Your dreams need a practical plan as you work so hard to move yourself forward, to embrace what it is that you want, to embrace who it is that you are. Your dreams need a practical plan, need a way to be cultivated, forged, and created on this earth. And that's what you're doing during this time. Your energy is gaining momentum as you slowly and steadily move forward. It's like it's been a long road. It's taken a while, okay? But the energy is gaining momentum. The power is coming. Your subconscious Luna message is fear. You're facing subconsciously a lot of fear that has held you back, that has made you feel caged, that has made you feel as if you can't move forward the way that you want to. You're breaking that fear, or at least you're addressing that fear and saying, no, you don't get to define me. You don't get to hold me back any longer. And then bring love into the situation. You can't help but bring love into the situation. As you conquer this fear, and as you address this fear, as you address what has held you back throughout your life, that has made you feel small and insignificant and overwhelmed, as you address that fear, you bring love into the situation and you say, this is my sacred truth. This is what I desire from my life, my soul, myself. And you pour those waters forward. You pour your truth into the world. And it brings you to your subconscious tarot message. It brings you to your third page. Okay, so you are guided by divinity during this time to be a student. And here, subconsciously, you are a student of your prosperity, of the seeds that you are planting, of the way that you want to move forward, and of the power and of the blessings that are you. You are subconsciously looking at the bounty that is a part of you, and you're seeing how to move forward, how to nurture it, and how to let it grow. That's beautiful, Pisces. All right. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you, Pisces. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, erasing of our positive energy as we move forward in the hunger of our dreams, as we move forward in the passion of our truths, standing in our power, saying, this is who I am, and this is what I stand for. This is what my heart desires and loves and wants. And I'm bringing it to the forefront of my being. And I'm moving forward in the passion and the brilliance of myself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces, embracing the power of your voice. And may you have a blessed moon.